awesome.
Oh, Clark, hey. Good to see you among the living, man. Check it out. It's the latest talent mix.
Thanks, Pete.
Good to see you all among the living. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talon Mix. It's a Smallville recap podcast. I'm Brian. Zach's here. You get it. We've done this. There's no way this is your first episode.
And if it is, it might be your last.
It almost definitely. That's usually how it goes. Zach, how you doing? How you been, man?
I'm just thinking about how doing drugs is bad.
Doing drugs is bad, especially if those drugs can heal bullets, like bullet wounds, instantaneously. But it makes you a little cranky. They make you a little cranky.
Yeah, the side effects are actually not bad at all.
Not that bad.
Considering the applications of this drug, like prednisone makes you cranky.
Yeah, wait, 1-to-1, and then no spoilers, but like the recovery time doesn't seem that bad either. Like just like cranky for like a couple days.
And they're like, oh no, it's addictive. Okay. That's never stopped them before from prescribing anything.
And lots of drugs don't heal bullet holes. According to Taylor Swift, Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. But this thing does.
This thing does. It makes you a little cranky pants.
A little mean to your girlfriend.
I mean, this... Like, if I was shot and lying on the ground and someone's like, hey, I could make this go away with a little pokey poke right now.
I'd swap it. Swap it out of his hand and go, no, my buddy Zach does not do drugs.
He doesn't want to be mad. Don't make him mad.
Or addicted to living.
Like, it would be nice to have, that as a one-time use, break glass in case of emergency.
At the hospital, like only the hospital can administer it. And then they can keep you under observation while you're a little mad.
I'm with like the sketchy scientists on this one. I think this drug is worth pursuing and do what you have to do.
If I don't know what my input is worth, but I agree. Keep this one on the back burner. I bet you can iron out the kinks with more research.
For sure.
I think this one is worth keeping in the development cycle.
I don't even think it uses Meteor Rock, does it?
I did not catch it. No, but you're right. It was not green. And like we see it used an X-ray, and it certainly would be green if.
So if it's not going to make you Wheat Boy, then like, let's go. Let's go.
No. It does something to Wheat Boy. Which...
Imagine side effects. You got some medicine and side effects may turn you into Wheat Boy.
No!
Oh man, now I'm wheat.
Oh, I hate being wheat. This week we watched Rage. It's the 7th episode in the 6th season of Smallville. It's the 117th episode overall. It aired November 9th, 2006. I know this, of course, because I'm reading directly from the Smallville wiki, smallville.fandom.com.
It's a Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of like named holidays in an episode. And I will say this is barely a Thanksgiving episode. We don't have like a Thanksgiving adventure. We have an anti-drug adventure.
Thanksgiving adventure? I would love to. What would that be? I think most Thanksgiving episodes, aside from like Friends, are like a scene at the end or something, right?
Bob's Burgers, I don't know if you watch much of that. They have a good Thanksgiving episode every year. They actually have every major holiday, they do an episode every season, and that's great.
I think if you do a traditional 22 episode season where your episodes are basically airing with the school year, you should hit every major holiday. It should be a law.
It's wrong if you
don't. Legally binding.
Because that
was the heartbreak of Community when they stopped Like
Right.
when they started being like a mid-season replacement.
Right. But that's
Like,
that was the best. The holiday would come. I now on a holiday like to watch holiday episodes of around Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I like to watch the Friends Thanksgiving episodes.
Mhm.
It's good.
I would say I value holiday TV more than I do holiday movie stuff.
I think so
for
too.
the most part.
I think so
Yeah.
too. You know what I think that impulse is? Holidays ideally are times to be with friends and family, and
Right,
you
exactly.
welcome sitcom characters into your home, and it feels
Yeah,
more familiar. I don't want to learn new fucking people and their fucking problems. I want to see what Joey and Chandler are having an issue with this week.
Oh, wait, I just had a thought. I'm sure the answer is yes. It has to be yes. But has Law and Order done a Christmas episode? They must have.
Surely.
Like someone gets murdered at Christmas, obviously, or whatever. It's
I'm sure I'm more of an SVU guy than vanilla Law and Order, but I'm sure Benson and fucking Stabler had a.
the only thing is a Law and Order episode technically takes place over a decent chunk of time because it's a trial, right?
That's true. That's true. You started early December. You have the Christmas lights up in the station.
It would just have to
Sam
be a more
Watterson's
focused-
got a little Christmas tree on his desk. That counts.
It has to focus more on the police part of it than the lawyers. That's a more police heavy episode.
And then just end the episode a little like Batman Returns. I'm just like, in goodwill toward men.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
And women. Yeah.
All right, getting into the recap here. Lois and Oliver are in Oliver's apartment making out. Hubba, hubba.
I mean, they're going for it.
Hey, it's we start sexy on this one.
They're pushing each other into like the shelf and shit.
Hachi machi. So Lois ducks away for a few minutes to change her clothes, which is not what we are told happens. What Lois says is, I have a surprise for you. And we're going to talk all about this.
Okay.
You were like,
I opened my mouth, to say something, and Brian said, "Don't worry."
You were like, I'm going to interject something here. I'm like, oh, this is the next 15 minutes. Check your itinerary. I've blocked out time for this one. Oliver, of course, says, I love surprises. I hate to wait. Very sexy talk here on Smallville. But, okay. So, while she is gone, back to the wiki here, Oliver hears a couple being carjacked and changes into his Green Arrow gear to go and rescue them. I love also in very 2000s-y superhero media, a lot of like superhero stuff is like getting criminals on the street, stopping carjackings, and like as I've gotten older, that crime is seems not prevalent and a little like maybe not where you should be focusing your energy.
Right. Yes. Can I jump in here, or you want me to wait until you read the whole thing? Because I have things to say about that too. I just don't want to get ahead of myself.
I want you to talk about this, because then Lois, he fights the thugs, but one of them sneaks up and shoots him in the upper chest. Let's talk about this for a moment.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say, if you are like making out with someone you find very attractive, like Lois Lane, and the implication is you're about to have sexy time.
Right.
And they leave the room, and your Green Arrow, you are really good at shooting arrows long distances. Right? If there is a crime happening right outside that you can see it from your window with your bare naked eyes. Surely you could shoot a couple arrows from there and get back to sexy time.
And then get back to using your arrow.
Also, he takes a comically long time putting on his gear to go save these people.
Which is a fucking vest and a pair of sunglasses.
It keeps cutting back to him putting a different item on, like longer than a Batman like gear montage.
really like gotta like there's a couple screaming outside. He's like, let me open up the cabinet. Lois is gonna come down any minute. She has a sexy surprise for me. Putting on my shades. Do I look cool? Checking in the mirror.
The only thing that'll make me more horny right now is if I go stop some crime.
This motherfucker is humming the Hans Zimmer like done. Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Still
voice
the
changer,
tent in his
check.
tight green pants.
Boots, check. Voice changer, check. Sunglasses at night, check. Gonna stop some. He gets out there and they're dead. The car is gone.
That's also what out there. Carjacking, crime. Don't get me wrong. You'll face some pretty harsh penalties for carjacking. A lot of criminals in 2000 superhero media are real willing to bump it up to murder real fast.
Crime's crime, Brian. Crime's crime. Okay.
That's like carjacking. You'll see the light of day again. Murder.
Hey, Cap, all crimes are bad.
All crimes are bad. That's
what that stands for, right?
Do you have any other thoughts on Green Arrow down saving people from this carjacking and then getting shot?
No, except for we have a car wreck in that sequence. A 4-car wreck. I would say at least...
that has left my brain. We watched 2 episodes to
It's
prepare for recording tonight, so that one has left my brain.
It's the one car crashes into 3 parked cars.
Oh.
I would say confirmed 2 of them are not drivable, but I'm going to bump it up to 4 because we're running low on car accidents.
I also think, that's 4. Yeah. I think that is a clean... Wow. Good catch. So Lois is confused when she can't find Oliver. Is what we have here. We have Lois coming down the stairs, and she's in a white dress shirt. Looks great, obviously, of course. Mm-hmm. So the surprise is under that, right?
Right, yes.
It wasn't like I have a surprise for you. I'm gonna the shirt thing is for after. That's the sexy after thing. So go get the takeout has come and you put on the dude's shirt and walk out with the no pants on.
I was gonna chime in earlier. What I was gonna say is if I'm making out with someone and we're getting hot and heavy and we're about to move to the next step, the sexiness, the sexy time. I don't want them to go put something else on.
No.
I can get into it. I'm trying to get clothes off.
I mean, if you're just surprised, I have a surprise. I'm all right, yeah, let's see it. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be awesome.
But it's a shirt.
It's got to be more than the shirt. It's got to be more than the shirt. It can't. That's the thing. If it's just the shirt, no, not worth it. No, bad job. Bad surprise. It's got to be under the shirt, right?
Maybe, Brian, if you've been with someone for years and years, it's oh yeah, go put the fun thing on and we'll try something new. But they're just started dating. Right. I think you just want the clothes off.
Straight up nudity will get the job done.
just take the clothes off. That's what we're doing.
What? What's the surprise?
So Lois intuited that they were gonna fuck, basically, right? That evening. So she packs something. She doesn't put it on in the first place. She packs
because it's not under the dress, apparently.
To go change into.
This show's written
when they're in the middle
virgins,
of
dude.
I also she comes back out. He's not there, and after 30 seconds, she's "Oh, of course, Lois, you idiot. Of course he would abandon you." And then I guess she leaves.
Yeah, right. Do you just go home? Yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty mad.
I would wait a half hour.
A kidnapping has occurred.
Right, or do some texts. They had texts back
Yeah,
then.
right.
Make some calls. Hey, are you okay? What happened? Did you fall? Like,
Did
you run to the store? What's going on?
Do you have a surprise also?
Yeah.
And is it also under this shirt that I'm wearing?
What could the surprise be aside from like a sexy outfit?
I mean, that's
Is there
it.
something else. That's
I unless she's got something like put in his butt. I don't know. I don't know. It's got whatever it is that's under that shirt. And I want to be clear, this isn't like, oh, I wish we could see it. I just want to know academically.
right. Yeah.
What is the surprise supposed to be?
I think we just both think the surprise can't be the shirt.
If it can't be the shirt.
That's a bad move, Lois. You blew it.
You blew it. Get out of here. I'm going to go fucking fight crime.
Like a shirt can be really sexy, but that's something you're already wearing when I enter the room. Like that's not something we stop that you go put on. That's
unless he's specifically been like, that's my thing. That's my big specifically. The shirt thing is my whole thing. To which the answer to that is probably like,
this.
I don't even
shirt
know
specifically. This one right here.
I don't know if that's I have a surprise for you more than just like, do you want me to go put that? I'll go put that shirt on, I guess. That's a pretty easy do as far as like. I also, the line from Lois is, I'm pretty open-minded, but kinky hide and seek isn't my game.
But kinky shirt wearing, I'm all about it.
There we go.
Kinky hide and seek. Now I'm intrigued.
Right. No, I want to know more of what that is.
Kinky hide and seek, like, I don't want that. I just picture a dude hiding in a closet with an erection, and that's like going to get someone in trouble.
Ollie, ollie, oxen free.
Marco. Oh my gosh.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. So the next day, Clark and Martha are getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner. I think I just want to play this scene because I have some thoughts on it, if that's okay with you.
Please do.
We're going to open on Clark and Martha walking in.
Mom, I know I have a big appetite, but you get enough food here to feed a small army.
Well, I thought it'd be a good idea to invite a few people over for Thanksgiving this year.
Actually, I was hoping
we're having that conversation.
I'm not feeling very comfortable this year.
Well, I know it's
after we're getting back from the store.
It's we're in the grocery store and Martha's like continuing to load and someone was like, okay.
He's like, man, that's a lot of stuff. I guess I don't bring it up. Don't
another thing. Wow. All right. That's a lot of fucking green beans, Mom. And he's in the car. He's in the passenger. So don't say it. Don't say it. Don't. As they're opening the door, Mom, I know I eat a lot. But
Hey, Clark, especially after what just happened to Raya, but company could help.
It was Dad's holiday. He carved the turkey.
I can carve this year.
He was the one who made sure we all said what we were thankful for. Always made sure that I was thankful for my abilities, but you know what? He was wrong. If I was normal, he would still be here, carving the turkey with Grandpa's old carving knife.
Gosh. Make everything about yourself, Bart.
Hey!
That's mostly what I wanted to play. Not that, and to be clear, not that this is anyone's first episode. It can't possibly be. We're Tom Welling fans. We are not a Tom Welling pile-on show. We like
No. Tom Welling won the MVP award.
Correct.
In season 4.
We're big time Tom Welling fans. He don't seem sold here on this.
No, he's punching in on this scene.
I would not call this his best work.
Well, he's like, this is what you want me to read?
I'll fucking read it. Right. And that's the thing. It's very silly is the problem. And it doesn't have to be. Why? Why is it silly?
This is like dialogue that maybe would have made more sense in season 1 when he was supposed to be 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was Dad's holiday. He carved the turkey. You don't own the holiday if you carve the turkey. That's just.
I don't know about your family. I've never been to a Thanksgiving where like we're gonna make a big deal out of carving. Like that's a thing that's got to get done. You know,
yeah, right. It's generally already done by the time I'm looking at the turkey. I have nothing to do with it. I don't have a there to eat the turkey.
I've never seen a super ceremonial carving of the turkey ceremony. It's,
no,
right.
No.
My interaction with the turkey is already post carve, and then he always made sure we said what we were thankful for. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, sounds like you got it covered, big guy.
Sounds like that's a. Anyone can do that. You might say everyone does that on Thanksgiving. At the end of the episode, we're jumping ahead, but he comes back around to it and he says, "My family had a tradition that's been here since before I was born, where we all take a turn to say what we're thankful for." Your family's secret tradition,
just a real Kent original there, huh? I also love the idea.
Do you think everyone else at the table's like, oh, he doesn't know that everyone does that?
Oh boy, you fucking sure think you're interesting, huh? This fucking guy.
It's almost like they should put being thankful like in the name of the holiday.
If only anyone else had thought of that. It's If anyone at this table would, I feel like Lois Lane would be the one. Like, your dad's tradition sucks. Cliche.
Smallville, you're embarrassing yourself.
You're embarrassing yourself. So, I do think if we wanted to do something around Clark missing his dad this holiday, there would be something to do there, but we're not even really doing that here. We're mostly... No. This is mostly a beat to set up the ending, which we could have done anyway, and then also
this is a D plot. This is like a D or an E plot.
Right. And I think we're also, which is still DE for sure, but we're just like setting the board here for like, sure, Clark's dad is super dead. Sure would be a shame if his mom had the hots for somebody else, huh? That'd make Clark pretty sad if that came up later in the episode. But I guess why this scene, Smallville has tons of clunker scenes. This is not the first fucking clunker scene.
Right.
But I think it's just dialogue, right? This could have been much better.
Oh, and I mean, the first thing we made fun of is pretty emblematic of what's wrong with the whole scene, which is, it's all these like exposition devices.
Right. Masking as a heartfelt, like emotional beat, and it ain't. It's also funny now, granted, in the fiction, it's been a couple of months since Johnny K died, right? I think a year, maybe.
No, we're coming up on it's 8 months, something like that. I think, it's a little blurry because the election seemed to take place in February last year, or whatever.
Right.
So we don't know. Right.
Either way, and granted, we also did a whole Batman season of our show, but that took shorter than the break in between. Basically, a forever has passed in TV time. Johnny K. Who? Martha agrees.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. 8 months, that's enough time for you to have some sexy time if you're Martha. With no judgment from anyone. No judgment.
That's enough. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I do understand the complications of doing the sexy time with the guy who was there when your husband died.
Who, like, kind of was on your shit. Who was, like, waiting, just rubbing his hands together, licking his chops.
And he may have contributed to the heart attack situation, so...
Yeah, I think it's just... this isn't just some dude she met at the store named Kyle.
No.
Okay. So, We just heard most of the scene, but Martha assures him that they will still have plenty to be thankful for because they are inviting their closest friends. Lois arrives. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just laughing that we'll get to it. The weird assemblage of people at this table. It's just a bizarre.
Yeah, right.
It's weird to see Lionel like passing Chloe the yams or whatever.
I don't fucking buy that for a guy. I don't buy the 2 billionaires at this table at all.
Right, 2 billionaires. But also, like, remember when Lionel was basically the devil to Chloe for a season? Just like basically ruin her life methodically.
I'm gonna make your dad lose his job.
Right.
Here's the yams.
Yeah, they're smiling and having a great time.
Oh, there's toasted little marshmallows on the sweet potatoes.
How desperate is Chloe to go to that Thanksgiving? Wouldn't she be like, a pass if Lionel Luther's going to be there?
Also, I can't. 2 billionaires at your Thanksgiving. Immediately, the conversation's going to suck. All that oxygen in that room. Imagine Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg at the same Thanksgiving table.
Right. Well, they would have, and these characters do, like competing interests, and it would be like a weird awkwardness. It would be awkward.
It'd be awkward.
Oliver Queen, I don't think likes Lionel Luther. I think didn't he try to steal from him a couple episodes ago?
Right,
or some
right.
He doesn't.
And gravy.
Like, even though Clark can't tell people he's Green Arrow, I feel like Clark could be like, "Mom, that's not.
This is a bad assortment, actually. Hey, hey, I'm gonna need you to trust me on this one. This is I mean, but let's be real, Martha. It's an octagon, Clark.
It's a very common shape."
Okay. So Lois arrives and says she is breaking up with Oliver because he disappeared on her again last night.
At his own house.
At his own house.
He disappeared. You could have found him if you just stayed put, because eventually he's got to come back to his own house.
Eventually, right? Or something terrible has happened, like he's been shot. She announces that the Green Arrow was shot last night. A witness saw him bleeding in the street. Clark goes to check on Oliver, but he denies being injured. His behavior is erratic and short-tempered, and he tells Clark to leave him alone. As he is standing in the elevator, Clark uses his X-ray vision to see through the door and witnesses Oliver injecting something into his arm. I also don't think Justin Hartley in this scene was given much to work with. This also felt silly to me, of like, look, I'm out there protecting the people, and you're...
Yeah.
You don't do that now.
Clark. It's us humans have to do it from time to time. When I'm out there, I'm focused on staying alive. And he breaks the glass.
Yeah.
In his hand.
Right. Okay. So Lana tells Lex that she wants to donate volunteer time to a halfway house sponsored by Luther Corp. Saying he is concerned for her safety, Lex is resistant to the idea and tells her to pick another project.
Sorry, that was a diegetic yawn.
Just an absolute... And the scene, this is a series... I don't think this episode's a stinker overall. And I think...
no, I don't either.
I think it pulls it off, especially in the back half, like once all these threads kind of like... But it's weird scene after weird scene. And I started watching this morning, and I was like, I can't do this right now if this is what this episode's going to be. So like I had to watch the rest later. It's a handful of weird setups, even though I won't say like pulls it out, but we're in the red right now. We're in the I'm worried part.
We're veering towards traffic, and next week we might have a collision.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so Clark goes to tell Chloe about Oliver's potential drug use. He leaves quickly when he inadvertently runs into Lana, who is meeting Chloe for lunch. Good little scene here, getting a little bit of Lana Clark back on the board. Chloe was kind of trying to coordinate so they weren't going to run into one another. it's a good bit of business connecting that character again back to the main character of the show is nice.
Right. You gotta, if they're gonna do their usual second half push of Clark and Lana, second half of the season, they start to be interested again. They gotta keep that going. They gotta feed a little bit.
Just a little kindling.
Yes, exactly.
They've never nailed it, but maybe this time. Maybe this time. Yeah, I think Lana and Clark's best days are behind them.
Yes.
So Lana explains how Lex has been secretive since they moved in together, and she correctly starts to wonder if the honesty was just a facade to win her trust and loyalty.
Yeah, just since they moved in.
Yeah,
That's
right.
When the
this is
started.
new, completely out of character for Lex Luthor.
It wasn't a feature of his personality at
all. So Lana faints in the middle of their conversation. She wakes up and asks Chloe not to worry or tell anybody. Chloe reluctantly agrees. Lana later goes to the doctor and tells him her symptoms. I love this scene where I forget they're talking about her headaches. Basically, the catastrophic amount of head trauma doesn't come up. By the way, I get hit in the head a lot. A whole lot. And I've had memory wipes.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, have you passed out before? And she's like, 3 times. And I realized that was in reference to this particular plot thread that we're playing with right now. But I was like, over the course of the series? I don't know.
Yeah, the doctor's like, I'm looking at your chart, and it seems like you've checked into the hospital 718 times.
Your brain is more bruised than brain.
And I see you go to Smallville Medical.
I'm sorry.
Dear.
This is so strange. Your file must have gotten mixed up with a fucking NFL quarterback.
And your file appears to be written in crayon. I don't understand. Weird.
It's for the catastrophic amount of head trauma it seems you suffered here. It seems your Smallville medical doctor has recommended a back rub. And
yes, yeah. Back rub to cure ouchie head. This doesn't.
I'm not.
I'm concerned. I am concerned. I'm glad you came to see me, a specialist in Metropolis, for this.
So Oliver is seen visiting a woman, Dr. Pamela Black, who has been working on a drug called RL65. Glad we got that name in there.
I also like the way they phrase it. Lex is seeing a woman, Dr. Pamela Black. I don't know. We could just say seeing Dr. Pamela Black. I don't know. I'm editing the wiki. Sorry.
I was like, why is that name familiar? Is that a DC Comics character? No, I just have a family member whose name that is.
Oh yeah, that's my family.
Yeah. Not my side. So it was living kind of in the back of my brain. That's funny. Okay. So Oliver has been taking to speed up healing properties. Okay. So she tells him that she is through with the project because the results are dangerous and the test mice are showing adverse side effects. He tells her that he is paying her, so she's not allowed to quit. Not how that works.
Well, also, this fucking doctor, there's a middle ground between quitting the project and being like, let's pull back and see what's going on here and see if we can still make this drug work eventually. Like, this is development. We're developing this thing.
Which I guess, what's the difference between that? In Oliver's case right now, what's the difference between that and I do not have doses immediately available to you at this moment?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But that said, let's not throw out the baby with the bathwater here with this miracle drug.
Just the doctor being like, there's bad side effects. We should just abandon the whole thing. Or let's see if we can make it so the side effects aren't there anymore. I don't know.
Cut it with some fucking sawdust or some shit. Come on, man.
We didn't get it the first time.
What if it only mostly heals a bullet wound?
Right. Clearly, it didn't cause psychosis in one dose.
Right.
This isn't a drug you need to take regularly.
Right.
Unless you're Green Arrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just give it to the
fighting
hospitals. Give it to the hospitals. Smallville Medical really needs it. It's the only way anyone's coming out of there alive.
Unless they're Superman and they come back to life and disappear,
Right.
and it's a whole thing.
Right. Okay, so Clark goes back to Queen Tower. Just burping right into the microphone. Real professional podcasting.
Nah, that's the kind of podcast that we do.
That's it. That's it. I hope you find it charming. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Okay. Clark goes back to Queen Tower and finds a vial and takes it to Chloe for analysis. Lois also goes looking for Oliver, but instead finds the Green Arrow. Sorry, another a quick tangent here. Zach and I, we've talked about it. We're working on another show, and that show we're putting a lot of effort into. I'm doing more editing than I've ever done in my life on this thing. Want a real polished product, and with that, this one we're like, fuck it, this can just be our hangout show. But I realize that isn't quite coming across. The last couple of weeks is probably really like we're just slumming it.
I bet you no one's noticing any fucking difference.
You are 100% correct.
I
the
think
audacity of me to assume anyone gave a shit.
No, but I mean, even if they did, I think the quality has always been messy on this show. This is
I guess you're right.
We've always been, tangent-y.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Oh, I know it was airtight before this. Okay. So he knocks her into a glass table and then just go back. Lois also goes to Queen Tower looking for Oliver, but instead finds the Green Arrow. He knocks her back into a glass table and then runs off. Lois calls 911 and is taken to the hospital. Oliver encounters one of the thugs again, and he admits that he got the drug from a doctor at the halfway house that Luthor Corp sponsors. Some real jiggery-pokery here to make this all connect.
Yes, they're using people at the halfway house, experimenting.
I don't think I fully put that together. Okay.
That's right. They're
I think you're
experimenting
right.
on the people at the halfway house.
Right. You're right.
That's why Lex says you can't work there, Lana.
Right.
Not because right. So
I swear this episode isn't that bad. It doesn't sound good.
No, it's mostly fun. It's mostly fun.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not translating, I think, but this one's fine. So Lionel goes to tell Martha that he will not come to Thanksgiving dinner, and they discuss what is happening between them. Lionel impulsively... Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, sorry. I thought that was the end of the paragraph.
Lionel impulsively leans in to kiss her, and Martha is surprised. Embarrassed, he leaves abruptly. Do you want to go into Martha's scene, or do you have a comment?
I was just going to say this scene there's a lot of heat here.
Mm-hmm.
I was uncomfortable with it. It's like watching like a parent.
I don't. Yeah, right. I'm like, no. You fade to black. I don't want to see this. My parents have had sex 3 times. I have 2 brothers. 3 times my parents have had sex, and I don't want to think about it ever again.
This is where you pan to the window or something,
Right,
and then
right.
fade out. Right.
Or you just make this scene a web exclusive. If you want to see some nasty shit, you go here. It's kind of fun. Martha's getting like a storyline here, and I'm
sure she was thrilled.
And this is, obviously this is what you do, right? Obviously you start slowly inching Lionel and Martha together, and like this is, this gonna make Clark real mad. This is gonna be real bad. So obviously you do it. Oh, I hate it.
No, but in a good way, in the way you're supposed to.
In the way you're supposed. You are right. They want you to feel icky about it. They're not like, and this makes complete sense.
No. They want you to go, ugh. Even though I like both these characters, ew.
Sometimes I think people struggle with that a little bit. of like, I'm feeling icky about this. Why are they doing this? And not, yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's the point. Yes. Right. I was going to reference the Friends storyline where Joey and Rachel have a romantic thing.
Never
but
hated
I don't
it.
think that was, I don't think, what'd you say?
Never hated it.
Oh, wow. I didn't hate it.
They're both
either.
attractive. They got charisma. They got chemistry. I don't hate it.
I hated it in the second time they did it when it was like, just because that season sucked, whatever, season 9.
I mean, yeah, that was I don't know, we could do this.
We could do this again. Yeah.
The
first
season
time,
no one wanted to do. Like, I don't know.
The first time was good, but it was I think intentionally a little awkward, right? Because it was weird for everyone, and it was, they were exploring what happens when you fall for a friend who's not feeling it. That's the whole thing. Who was
dating your friend also, and
yes, who's pregnant with your friend's baby.
Friends got messy, guys. Oh, Friends.
Yeah.
One day we'll do Friends. That's an inevitability.
But we have to wait like 30 years. Like, we're just like 30 years looking way back on Friends. You and me.
Yeah.
In our 60s, 70s.
Yeah. I think we should die doing a Friends podcast. Like, that should be... That might be charming someday, right? Like, these two old dudes are just talking about the show I've never heard of.
Yeah.
They seem to really like it.
Let me tell you about the one where no one's ready.
Great one. Anyway, anytime they're all in the same room for the entire episode, great one.
Yes.
Okay. So later, Martha goes to Lionel's office to discuss what happened. She tells him that she knows there is something between them. And when she says that, now earlier, I was like, hey, Johnny K being dead, that's forever ago in TV time. Hearing her say, like, there's something happening here, obviously, I was like, he is barely cold.
How dare you, Martha?
Dare you? At Thanksgiving time, his favorite of the holidays, he carved the turkey.
That holiday.
He always said what he was thankful. He always said what he was thankful for, but I bet he would not be thankful for this, Martha. Lionel Luther, you're gonna cuck your dead husband with the man he hated the most.
Yeah, right. Literally, there's no one on earth he hated more than Lionel Luther. There's not one person he hated more. Reanimated Hitler. He would hate less than Lionel Luther.
Okay, so Martha tells him she knows there's something going on between them, but she is not ready to figure out what that is. However, she values their relationship, and she really wants him to join them for dinner. Lionel accepts. John Glover, of course, here, always great.
Yep. I mean, not only does she get a little more to do, she gets scenes with Lionel Luther, baby. She gets some John Glover action.
Come on.
I'm sure she was stoked.
John Glover.
I bet they're both stoked when they get to work with each other because, like, oh, good, the grown-ups get to have a scene.
Right. And Glover is the Community quote, which is, it's called chemistry. I have it with everyone. And that's just John Glover to a fucking T.
Yeah. You know someone's really struggling when they don't have chemistry with John Glover.
Yes.
When that scene doesn't work, you're like, oh.
Just fire that person. It's not working. Okay. So Clark goes to visit Lois, and she remarks that she is worried about Oliver. Clark is too, and with Chloe's help, they track down the maker of the drug. They find Dr. Black dead and realize that Oliver and Lex are at each other again, fighting over the drug. Chloe thinks the Green Arrow killed Dr. Black, but Clark does not want to believe this. Thinking Lex is Oliver's next target, he goes to the mansion to find him. We definitely get a line about Oliver not being himself.
Yes,
I don't know.
100%.
I don't know where that is, or if we're gonna get it exactly. But it's
Lois was like, he tells Lois that he thinks Oliver's on some kind of drugs,
right.
and Lois does not ask what kind of drug. First, is just like,
Right.
doesn't even care, not interested in what kind of drugs.
Like that's a broad spectrum there, right? Like,
She moves right to like, Clark's like, you shouldn't go over there. He's not himself right now. And she's like, oh, this is when he needs me the most, when he's addicted to a drug that I don't know what it's called.
just any more details? Like, I'm saying, like, Adderall is different from Coke, is different from heroin. Like,
Yes, yeah. There's a wide variety of side effects.
So he thinking Lex is Oliver's next target, he goes to the mansion to find him. He only finds Lana, however, who is sitting by the fireplace trying not to cry. They share a tender moment, and Clark pleads with her to tell him what's wrong, but she doesn't. Pieces on the board. It's good stuff. I do like Kristen Crook and Tom Welling. They're good. They have chemistry together.
Yes.
I don't like those characters very much together, but those two actors together.
Yeah, no, and that was a good moment. And the wiki's kind of selling it short a little bit because they have a tender moment followed by her being like, fuck off.
Right. Get the fuck out of here.
Her being like, yeah, do not try to.
Your days of walking into my boyfriend's house unannounced are over.
Yeah. She does ask him a question where she's like, do you ever wish you could go back in time and change things? Yeah, no one's ever wished that before, Lana.
Nope.
What a profound question.
An incredible thought. What an incredible thought experiment you've introduced.
You and Johnny K should get together with all these ideas you have. What if we said what we were thankful for on Thanksgiving?
One of the things I always love to speaking of turning back time and changing things, there are, I don't know when the last time you've heard the Backstreet Boys song "As Long as You Love Me" is.
Recently.
It's any sort of 90s.
It's on my playlist.
It's a great song. It's a great song. I do love specifically. There's a bit line of like wishing I could turn back time, and then three like immediately following lyrics about how like I know time travel's impossible, but man, that'd be incredible. What a fantastic power I would have if only that was possible. God damn. Listen to that song again. I swear to God, that's exactly how it goes.
I love it. How cool would that be?
Fuck.
What if it was a DeLorean?
Yeah. Can I go on a quick DeLorean tangent?
Oh, please.
One of the things that's I was reading this from a Tumblr post the other day, and I don't know the username, and I apologize, but they were bringing up this point that kind of lost on modern audiences is what a joke of a car the DeLorean was. It was not a good, cool car. The point was probably Doc Brown. Like Marty has the line of like you made a time machine out of a DeLorean, and he was probably able to acquire one cheap, and then like it has this aluminum hull and these gull wings. It's stupid, bad, ugly, idiot car for dumbasses. Which means if Back to the Future was made today, it would be the Cybertruck.
Yeah. Take that, Elon Musk.
Take it. Having an iconic, amazing car. God, I rewatched Back to the Future semi recently. It was on. They were all. That has withered to me of like the Back to the Future trilogy has become like there's Back to the Future and it has two sequels.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
The first one's a perfect movie, and I'm not saying the other two aren't some fun, but it's less, I'm going to watch all three of those movies now and more.
It used to be because they would play them all three on TV,
Great point.
like, it was like, that's why it was like, oh, this is one whole thing. But no, I watched them, I think last year, and loved the first one. Actually liked the second one a lot more than I remembered, and then the third one, I was like, that was fun. It is similar to Star Wars, the original trilogy, in that you could just watch the first one and be fine.
Yeah, right. It's
I do think the second and third Star Wars movie by
much
second
better
and third,
than
yeah, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, much better than the second and third Back to the Future films, of course. But similarly, they do change things to make it like a saga, whereas the first one is self-contained.
Just perfect. I would say this is might be a hot take. I'd say Star Wars, the 77 movie, and Back to the Future are equally good movies, I think. Is that crazy?
They're close. Yeah. They're in the
yeah.
conversation. Yeah.
You can certainly make arguments of how ambitious Star Wars was versus this relatively, accessible comedy. Anyway, if only we had a movie podcast in the works. Okay. So Oliver finds Lex in his office and they argue. They wind up shooting each other, but Oliver has a vial of the drug and cures himself. Clark arrives and is horrified to see Lex seriously injured at Oliver's hand. Oliver tells him to just let Lex die, and Clark finally knocks him away hard. It's literally hard.
I wrote a concussion, but he's not concussed. He would be concussed because he launches him across the fucking room. He would be in the hospital, but
I don't know if that's confirmed.
He is. No, it's not confirmed.
Okay,
but Lex is unconscious. Why is Lex unconscious?
He's been shot.
He just passed out from.
That can happen, right?
Okay, you're right. No concussion.
I have about the same credentials as a Smallville medical physician, and I'm gonna say, I don't know, he must have passed out from getting shot.
Yeah, whatever.
Also, he's fine. Just go rub his feet. Rub his feet with some aloe vera. He'll be all right. I'll pick it up.
Give him these pills. Those are Tic Tacs. Yeah, sure. It's fine.
Yeah. Swallow. Yeah. Well, give him 10. He injects Lex with the drug, but it doesn't seem to work. However, to Clark's relief, Lex wakes up. In the meantime, Green Arrow silently leaves. Clark goes to visit Oliver in his penthouse to see if he's all right. They discuss Oliver's addiction. At the end, Oliver says he is thankful about who he is and the abilities he has. Clark says the same thing. It's a real Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. What made you change your mind? You did, Clark. I'm not even in your league.
All right.
Yeah. Just jerking each other off.
Yeah. I have a surprise for you. Wait.
Clark comes back in a t-shirt, one of his t-shirts. I'd watch. They're both
beautiful. They're beautiful men. I'd watch them play kinky hide and seek all day.
You don't have to hide anything from each other, too.
That's it.
Come on, guys.
That's it. Come on. It's 2006.
No, we're not. We're only 5 years removed from the homophobic jokes in the pilot.
That's true. That's true. Don't worry.
Not ready yet.
Don't worry though. Fanfiction.net has it covered. I'm sure somewhere deep on fanfiction.net or archive of our own, there is.
What is that? Clawliver?
What's that?
Clawliver?
Yes, that sounds right. I'm sure.
Olark?
I'm sure
Olark?
there is a at least one fanfic that takes place immediately after that scene, and they just raw dog it. Clawliver. I think this is officially a Clawliver podcast. Okay, so Lana goes to visit Chloe and confesses that she regrets all her decisions over the past few months, ultimately admitting that she is pregnant. I forgot about this. I forgot. I'll also throw out there, Lana doesn't have a baby. What's gonna happen to that baby? I don't remember. This is gonna be the second time in this show where they said there'd be a baby and there is no baby. Last time, a car blew up and Martha miscarried.
Well, if you'll remember, not to spoil anything, when she had that miscarriage, I did tell you.
Oh my
that's
God.
not the only miscarriage in Smallville.
Oh my God.
But don't worry, Brian, there's something fishy about this miscarriage.
Okay.
There's something fishy about it.
Okay. Okay. Chloe looks surprised and sympathetic and hugs her tightly. Yeah, sure he's a psychopath, but like, hey man, marriage is one thing. Have a kid with the billionaire.
Yeah,
that ties you to him. Now you got him locked down.
That is the move. Smart, Lana. Smart.
That's what you do. So, Thanksgiving Day, Oliver shows up at the Kent farm and asks Lois forgiveness, and they get back together. I'm going to say I had a good friend who had a boyfriend with some drug issues, and it was usually a little more scrutiny.
Right, yeah. I'm sure it's fine. It's the same week.
It's the same week.
The same week.
Yeah, it's
Brian.
plenty of
It's
time.
been a
Plenty of
couple
time.
days.
He's different now.
It's been. Don't worry, I've been clean for 6 hours.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Everything's fine.
Yep. I won't get
Really
shot
turn the
again
corner.
as a superhero.
Really turn the corner.
Chloe avoids Clark's questions about Lana, and he avoids her questions about the Green Arrow. Clark takes over Jonathan's turkey carving duties and keeps the Kent family tradition of announcing what they are thankful for. What's not listed, it's... We could have saved it if there was anything poignant to say, and it was like, thanks to my parents for, like, being chill.
Right. Also, the tradition, as he states, is that everyone says what they're thankful for, not just you, Clark, and then we start eating.
Right, no one else...
No one else wants to. They're like, we're good. We're good. They give him a little applause.
Because Lionel would just be like, I'm thankful for your mom. I'm thankful for my mane of hair and your mom who loves it. I'm your dad now. Happy Thanksgiving, Clark.
Carve that turkey. You carve that turkey.
You carve
I don't
that
know what that
turkey.
means.
Oh, you know what that means. Lionel's got a surprise. They enjoy a pleasant dinner with family and friends. At the Luther mansion, Lana and Lex dine with little conversation in a stuffy, overly formal dinner. Lana looks
They're
miserable.
eating at the Batman table.
It's the
from
Batman table.
89.
I mean, really, it's the Citizen Kane table, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
But Lana looks miserable. Lex seemingly oblivious to her discomfort. And it's, of course, a good scene of you get the warmth of the Kent family table and the oddball assortment of people who were available for this Thanksgiving scene. And the cold, very formal Lana. Once again, they were never like, Lex and Lana, good idea, yeah?
They're eating in front of like 2 or 3 servants.
I also
It's really
thought about
gross.
this.
It's really gross. It's Thanksgiving, man. Let them have the day off.
I want at least now season 1 Lex. Well, season 1 Lex is having dinner at the Kents. It's having Thanksgiving at the Kents. I think
or season 2. Him and Johnny K
when they're good
in season 1.
When they're good. But I think there's also a version of Lex of if he has servers serving, people have to work on Thanksgiving. I assume Lex is like paying triple, quadruple, for
overtime.
For a Thanksgiving day. Like this is a good day. We can observe Thanksgiving with the family any goddamn time.
Right, yeah.
And I'll pay for it with the goddamn.
That's true.
Season 6 Lex, I don't know.
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 He's kind of a prick now.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
kind of
know.
a prick.
Okay. Going through some of it. We have Cain and Abel by Josh Kelly. That's the only featured music this episode. Rage refers to a violent fit of anger, just in case you didn't know.
Oh.
The antagonist this episode is just listed as the RL-65 truck.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Love it.
Let's see here. Chloe is happily sitting next to Lionel Luthor at the dinner table, despite the fact that he tried to kill her.
Yup.
The changed nature of their relationship is considered a plot hole and is never addressed in the show. Though that said, they do throw out there Lionel and Chloe. They have a scene in Dark Thursday.
Right, exactly. He's kind of protecting her outside the limo a little bit.
Right.
So
Good enough.
I still think it's an awkward sit. They needed one scene in a previous episode where they work together and have a quick conversation about stuff. I've changed, Miss Sullivan. I apologize. Blah 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 blah.
It's been a while since we pointed this out. Are you ready for a stretch? A wiki stretch.
Let's go. Wiki stretch.
Are you familiar with Green Arrow had a sidekick, Speedy, in the DC Comics, because Robin took off, so every DC Comics character had like a teen sidekick. And they did basically a very special arc where Speedy got addicted to heroin.
Oh, no.
Oliver's addiction to a super drug is a reference to his sidekick, Roy Harper / Speedy. And his heroin problems in the comics.
It's not. Stop it.
The healing factor. Oh, we got 2 stretches, baby. The healing factor may be based on Connor Hawke / Green Arrow 2, son of Oliver Queen, and his.
Stop it. That's not how. I'm sorry. That's not how this works.
That's not how this works.
So you know, the writer's room has never read those comics.
No.
They have a very rudimentary idea of these characters.
Yep. Even if they do, because don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a couple fucking comic book dweebs on that writing staff, but no, they thought Superdrug and they worked from there. They weren't
you're just pointing out basic plots that we use in many different TV shows and media.
Don't be stupid. Now, don't get me wrong. You can even, if you want to put that out there, if you want to, you made that connection in your brain, go for it. Go for it and note that in the wiki. What else is the wiki for? Don't say it's a reference. Grow the fuck up. Possibly 14-year-old who. Jimmy tells Chloe he is spending Thanksgiving at his mother's house, though he reveals 2 years later in the episode Committed that his mother left when he was young and he hasn't seen her since.
Where is he? Maybe. No, there's no explanation. He lied. It's almost like...
Unless this isn't Jimmy. Once again, I do not know what that means. To be clear, not a bit. Zach just told me, hey, maybe that's not Jimmy. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I said he's definitely the real Jimmy Olsen. Of course he is.
Nope.
Why wouldn't he be?
Lana asks Clark if he ever wished he could go back in time and everything would be different. He did that in Reckoning.
I was surprised Clark didn't go trust me, that's not the solution.
Yeah, right. He did in fact do that. But that looks like everything. Any other thoughts on this episode? I would say not a stinker, which I would not give it. It's not a glowing. This is a great one.
Bare minimum, not a stinker.
Right. We've squeaked with a C. And I don't know about you. We haven't discussed it. I don't even think a D is a stinker.
Oh, really?
Do you think a D is a stinker? Because I would give the next episode a D.
That's what I was going to say. This is a conversation for the next episode.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Come back next week.
We'll save it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Talon Mix. Hey, if you enjoyed this, which I get it if you didn't, but you listened the whole way, so you clearly got something out of it. Do me a favor. Pull out your podcasting app of choice. Do whatever the indication is that said that you liked it. I know you're listening to this and like, he's not talking to me. I'm talking to you. No, really, seriously, I'm talking to you. Also, you can go to bit.ly/BrianZachPod. We got a Discord. We have a Patreon. We've done some fun stuff over there. Hoping to do more. And we do appreciate it. It does help pay for this show. So, I think that's it for us. Zach, do you have a question for the Smallville gods?
Yeah, I want to know, underneath that shirt, was Lois just wearing another shirt?